Screw this. I had to get out. The sooner, the farther the better. Another day here, and I was going to lose it completely. My sanity was hanging by a thread. I was stuffing clothes into an old duffel bag, killing the lights in my dingy rental, a crumbling, bug-infested apartment in a run-down part of Queens. The roaches didn't bother me half as much as my landlady did. Mrs. Riley was, let's call her eccentric, but sometimes her eccentricities became straight-up disturbing. Like yesterday, I came back from my shift dead tired, and found the front door unlocked. The smell of liver pies and cheap cabbage soup filled the place. She liked cooking for me sometimes, said she thought of me as a son. She was watching some game show on TV when her cat, Mittens, started giving birth on the couch, and Mrs. Riley, without even looking away from the screen, picked up the squealing kittens one by one and drowned them in a 3-liter jar filled with water. Try to picture that. I sure as hell couldn't believe it. My stomach turned, but I didn't say a word. Maybe I was too exhausted to react. I just slipped past, collapsed onto my bed, scrolled on my phone until sleep knocked me out. She left me food on the stove like nothing had happened. Today, everything felt the same. The grind, the fatigue, the numbness. Another 14 hours of hauling crates for peanuts. My back felt like it belonged to a 70-year-old man, not a 20-5-year-old. When I came home that Friday night, she wasn't there. Thank God. I decided to treat myself. A hot bath to thaw the ache in my bones. I sank into the steaming water, finally letting go. My mind drifted until I noticed a jar on the bathroom shelf. One of Mrs. Riley's jars. She had dozens, filled with grayish liquids, all over the place. Leftover soap dissolved in water. She swore it worked better than detergent. I reached for it, swirled it, and a tiny dead kitten's head bobbed to the surface. Then another. I shot out of the tub like I'd been electrocuted, slipped on the worn linoleum, and nearly broke my neck. My brain screamed, this is the same jar. She left it here. She forgot it. I swore at her until my throat was raw, imagining her somewhere down the street, hiccuping from my curses. That was it. I couldn't take one more day in this hellhole. New York chewed me up and spat me out. Everyone back home had warned me I'd fail here. I thought I'd prove them wrong. Turns out I was just another dumb kid from a nowhere town with big city dreams. So, I packed up, sent my boss a text, sent Mrs. Riley one too, bought a bus ticket. I was going home. The return was humiliating. I'd burned through most of what was left of my dad's old house, sale money that was supposed to give me a new life just surviving here. After his death, I thought New York would give me a fresh start. Instead, I ended up broken, and defeated in less than 4 months. When the Greyhound pulled into my hometown, it was night. I stayed at a cheap hostel. By morning, I was already searching for something permanent. That's when I got a message from Stacy, an old classmate. She was a realtor now, hustling in one of those new agencies that prey on nostalgia. She had a place for me. It was a 2-story wooden house at the end of a forgotten street. Time had stopped their peeling paint, old lace curtains, Soviet-era furniture transplanted into small-town America. The air smelled like mothballs, dust, and pine saw. It was cheap, too cheap. Stacy admitted most of the neighbors were elderly, and younger tenants rarely lasted long. Not because of the rent, but because of the man. What man? I asked. She dropped her smile. If you see a short guy with a thick mustache wandering around, don't talk to him. Don't even look at him. Pretend he doesn't exist. I laughed it off. Probably just some drunk, right? Some local lunatic. Every town has one. Seriously, she said, gripping my arm. Ignore him. Whatever he does, promise me. I promised. She handed me the keys. The first week went fine. I got a new job, settled in, tried to enjoy the quiet. Every night before bed, I found myself staring out the window. Habit? Maybe. Then one night, I saw him. He stood across the street, face turned up, staring straight at my window. The man Stacy had warned me about. He started walking toward my house. I panicked, killed the light, pressed myself against the wall. Then I realized had I locked the door. I crept downstairs. No, the deadbolt was open. As I turned the key, the knob rattled violently from the outside. He was there, pulling at the door. I froze, heart in my throat. After a few long seconds, he stopped. I bolted upstairs, teeth chattering like a scared kid. He laughed eventually. I told myself he was drunk, mistook my place for someone else's. I almost believed it. Almost. 2 nights later, I saw him again. This time he carried something small and furry in his arms. A cat, a dog. He let it drop, and it scampered across the street straight toward my yard. Then he turned and ran into the darkness. That night, something warm pressed against me in bed. A wet tongue licked my shoulder. Mittens, I muttered, half asleep, pushing it away. Then I remembered. I wasn't in Mrs. Riley's apartment anymore. Mittens was dead. I jolted awake. Something rolled off the bed with a heavy thump and scuttled away, not like paws, but like a ball rolling across wood. In the beam of my phone flashlight, I caught a glimpse of tangled orange hair before it disappeared around the corner. I didn't sleep again until dawn. A week later, I read the local news online. Man kills girlfriend in brutal knife attack. Missing since Wednesday. His name was Frank Nichols. The police found the body, stabbed 28 times. But the head was gone. The photo made my blood run cold. It wasn't the mustached man who had been outside my house. And the woman, she had wild, tangled red hair, just like the thing that had licked my skin. That night, I woke up to pressure on my chest. Air wouldn't come. I opened my eyes and there she was. A severed head, matted orange hair, rotting teeth, gaping mouth shrieking in my face. You looked at him. You weren't supposed to look. Frankie hates when they look. If you look, that means you want him to come. Now he's coming. The head giggled like a child, rolled off me, and bounced across the floor. It stopped at a pair of feet. His feet. Frank Nichols stood in the doorway, short and stocky, gripping a kitchen knife. The head nuzzled against his ankles like a faithful pet. I found him, Frankie, it whispered. I found him for you. He stepped into the room,